Peace and blessings. This is Nubia I of the Blackberry Beauty Holistic Academy, the Raw Food Goddess, the Womb Priestess, and the Holistic Practitioner. And I'm so glad to be here today for our second video in the series. It's all about the womb, part 3, holy and sacred relationships. I have so much to tell you all today. Oh, so much to share, so many revelations, Sisters, I hope you were able to be on the call on Wednesday or at least got to listen to the replay. I thought it was a very spiritual call, and I thought it was a necessary call. So please review that call. We talked a lot about relationships and that relationship with the divine and how that really is the most important relationship that we could have. And so today I want to talk a little bit. Definitely today we're scheduled to talk about writing those forgiveness letters or forgiveness emails or forgiveness text messages or whatever it is that it makes you feel like you're letting go, whatever form of communication that you want to use or in any way, it's okay. So it's not so much, don't get stuck on the word letters, it's communication, a releasing, a letting go. And so first I wanted to talk a little bit about the detox because that was our first week and that's what we really started with. And so I didn't really get a chance on the call to talk about the detox, and I really wanted to talk about it now. So let me say this to you about who you are. Because you're in this group, because you're in this intensive, I know that you really want to change. I know that you really want to grow. But when you do this much work and this much changing and this much growing, it's not just for you. It is for you to go out into the world and to teach other people and to counsel other people and to love and nurture other people. When you get good with yourself, you get clean with yourself, you get clear with yourself, that's what you're going to do. So when you're on a detox, you're going to experience so many emotions. You're going to experience so many physical, emotional, spiritual, metaphysical emotions that's going to try to get you off the detox. That's going to tell you that doesn't really matter that you wear dresses every day. It doesn't really matter that you eat or not eat. It doesn't really matter if you stay on your liquid fast, if you say you was going to do it for a certain amount of days and you don't do it. It does matter. And that's just that insecure part of you, that sabotage part. Some will call it the ego that's trying to get you off. And it will come in the form of people who say they love you, people who say they care about you. Sometimes they want you off the detox because they're jealous, simply. Sometimes it's because they really are afraid and they love you, but that's their fear. Don't make it yours. Sometimes it's because they got their own stuff. They're looking through their own lenses with their own issues. And so you have to keep going, I'm definitely one to talk about it. I'm doing this 60-day detox, I was feeling that I feel like every 20 days on the detox, when I first did the 21, I was like, okay, this is enough, that's it. And the Spirit said, no, go to 40. And then I did the 40 and I start feeling like, I don't know if I can make it. I'm getting that feeling that I want to eat again. And then next thing you know, I'm up today is actually 60. I've just realized that. Today is actually 60 days. And yeah, two or 3 days ago, going through the thing with the moon and everything, I thought, oh no, I want to eat again. I'm getting hungry. I think I should stop. And Spirit talked to me and said, keep going. I got people on my YouTube channel that say they love and care about me. They saying I look sickly, I need to eat, all these other things. I am cleansing. And so you got to understand, especially our people, black people, if you start to get skinny, they start to get afraid. They're associated with AIDS. They're associated with being on drugs. They're associated with not a sense of beauty. And a lot of times, too, they're looking through their own lenses, so they get afraid. And some of it is genuine concern. But you got to know like you know. When you prepare to be a different person because you are in this intensive, you are the Martin Luther King that everybody probably told him, man, you crazy for trying to help black people or trying to get these, and I'm going to say crackers because that's what they were, those people that were trying to keep rights from black people from trying to give you something. They sicking dogs on you, man. You still running out there. You still out there. They putting you in jail. They hurting your children. You still, and he's like, I see it. I have a dream. I see it. We're going to get to the promised land. You have to be like a Rosa Parks who risked being beaten and thrown in jail because she said, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. And speaking of that, I Ida B. Wells and Fannie Lou Hamer, sick and tired of being sick and tired, beaten physically because she said in Mississippi, we ain't going to take this anymore. And people thought she was crazy. Harriet Tubman for going back 3,000 times or thousands of times to save thousands of enslaved Africans. You know people told her stop doing it. It's crazy. She's going to get killed. So I cannot stop because people want me to stop, and no, neither can you. You got to be strong. I know most of you in this group are healers. That's why I'm talking to you this way. You got to be strong to be a healer. You got to be strong because you're going to get people, especially if you're going to be public. People are going to ridicule you. People are going to put you down. People are going to try to take you off your track. But as the Christians say, the devil is a lie. And you got to know, and a lot of times it's the devil within ourselves that's trying to take us off our track. And we got to talk to that devil too and say, you're a lie. It's a devil too that makes us still be mad at somebody from 20 years ago or even 20 minutes ago. Because in the end, see, this is my opportunity to forgive and to show love to those that say that they love me. I have to show them love. I have to forgive those people who are saying those mean comments to me on YouTube. I have to understand that forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. They know not what they do. They probably clogged up eating the wrong foods. They never fasted in their life, caught up in a bad relationship. I mean, it could be endless. So you don't know why people feel the way they feel. So think about it. You have to forgive people because when you understand, particularly as you are on the road to being healers or already healers, so being road to being realized healers, you have to understand that people are sick. So you can't stay mad at somebody who was sick when they hurt you when you was 5 or 10 or 20 or 30. You can't get mad at somebody who was sick, who couldn't love you the way you loved them back, and you couldn't understand why they can't get you, why they don't understand why, and why they hurt you so bad. They were sick. They were mentally sick, some physically sick, some spiritually sick, some all of it. That's why we have to forgive, because as soon as we forgive, we actually lessen that kind of negative energy. See, when we get mad, when somebody gets mad at us and we get mad back, we actually keep that madness, that vibrational frequency of anger around us. So we keep attracting more situations to keep us angry. More situations to keep us mad. People are going to be down on you. They're going to love you one minute and hate you the next. But you don't want to be one of those people. You don't want to let nobody steal your joy. It's about confidence and knowing who and what you are. When you feel good about yourself, you ain't hating nobody. You ain't mad at nobody. You ain't regretting nothing. You ain't sad about nothing. You ain't thinking about no past. When you know your mission and where you're going, when you clean and clear and whole and healthy and complete, you're not thinking about somebody else not caring. Why did they do that? Because it imprisons you right now, that past. I was telling a sister, I had a consultation a couple of days ago, lovely sister in my group, Women Who Run with the Womb. Of course, I won't say her name, but I loved her, she was so wonderfully real. She was like, I think, for me, I'm mad. I'm mad at the past. I'm mad that I stayed in the relationship for so long. I'm mad that I'm not further than I would normally be. And I said to her, it's divine. That doesn't matter and actually it matters. It does matter, that past. It matters because you're going to help so many people who've been in the same situation that you've been in. And the moment that you step into your divine purpose, when you feeling it, you know what I'm saying? You seeing it, you hearing it, you breathing it, you tasting it, you feeling your divine purpose, you living your divine purpose, you won't be able to remember the past. So every time you're still mad at somebody, every time you regret something, every time you're doubtful, every time you look at the past and to dictate your present and your future, it means that you have not found your purpose. It means that you have not found your joy, your bliss. Because when you're in your joy and your bliss, can't nobody say nothing, do nothing to you or anybody around you. Because you know that you know. As the Bible says, and as the metaphysical, every single book says, I am that I am. So what are you? What are you? You're a healer. You're a goddess. You forgive. You're compassionate. You're loving. You're powerful. You're strong. You're a healer. So this week, with all that in mind, this week we are going to write forgiveness letters. We're going to forgive every single person that ever hurt us. Children, mothers, fathers, uncles, siblings, people you don't know, YouTube subscribers, YouTube viewers, anybody, exes, knowing that they were sick, like a child. If your child is sick and can't go to school, you can't get mad at your child that can't go to school. They're sick. Most likely you're not going to get mad. You're going to love them or nurture them or find somebody else that can. So it's not, and think about it, they were as sick as we were in a sense as well. So the reason why we have to forgive is because why were we in that situation with that person who was hurting us? Because we didn't know who we were. We didn't understand ourselves. We didn't love ourselves, and they didn't love themselves either. Maybe when we don't have compassion for others and we don't forgive others, it's because maybe we're not having compassion for ourselves. Maybe we're not forgiving ourselves. Maybe that's the whole point. Maybe that's this whole thing. So the first letter that you're going to write this week is a forgiveness letter to yourself. Dear Nubia, I forgive you. I forgive you for being with men that didn't value you. I forgive you for being upset when you didn't get that position or that job. Or I forgive you when you wanted a speaking engagement and somebody else got it over you and you were upset. I forgive you, Nubia. I forgive you. I forgive you for being angry and hurt for so long because you didn't have the childhood you wanted. I forgive you. I forgive you, Nubia. I forgive you for thinking you made all these mistakes. I forgive you for all the mistakes that you made. I not just forgive you, I forget. Now I understand that term they say, forgive and forget. And people love to say, I will forgive, but I ain't going to never forget. Because if you forget, you let it happen again. You ain't forgiven then either. But I never understood that, I think, just till today. Or actually the day that I gave the sister advice. I can't remember half those so-called negative things that happened in my childhood or even last month because I'm so happy with me. I'm so happy doing me. I'm so happy loving me. I'm so happy being in my divine purpose. I can't remember anything else. When you are in what you're supposed to be doing and loving yourself, the universe will give you all of those years back and more. Because the next year, I'm going to be 48 years old on August 7th. And the next 40, 50, 60 years, it's going to be way better than the last 40. And the last 40 wasn't bad because I can't remember what was bad about it anymore. Do you understand that when I started loving myself, people say, oh, it's about forgiveness. It's forgiving yourself. But I think it's something more. And I want to give you that practical. It's finding out who you are. And I could tell you if you're in this intensive, you're a healer. Now that's step one. Step two is about healing those ailments, those afflictions, those things that keep you from being your true self. And that's why you're here now. And then three is about forgiving other people. And that's why we're here as well. So you're going to write your forgiveness letter, text, whatever I said, voice thing. You might want to speak it into your voice recorder, whatever makes you feel good. You might have a more creative way. You might want to make a video and send the video to people, via your email. Whatever makes you feel good, whatever is your avenue of expression, it's all up to you, okay? So you're going to write the forgiveness letter to yourself. Then you're going to write the forgiveness letter to every single person, dead or alive, here or transitioned. And the thing is, you don't have to mail it to them unless you want to, whether that's email, sending, whatever form you send it, unless you want to. And what you want to make focus on in the letter is not I forgive you for being a mother effer, and I forgive you for being a shithead, and I forgive you because you was never no good, and I should have known you was no good, you mother effer, and I forgive you. Now, you can write that letter, but that's the first letter that you write for yourself to get everything out. Because anger is important. Let me tell you why. It's important to release it. And so, because if you keep it in, it's going to turn into fibroids and breast issues and, cysts on the ovaries and all these things that I know you don't want. So, write that, speak it, yell it, scream it, get in your car, scream to the top of your lungs, cuss that mother effer out if you need to. And then, cry and release. Take seesaw baths, sit in the sun, go into nature. Talk to your girlfriend, talk to your sister friend, talk to your man, talk to your husband, talk to your kids. Talk to people, talk to the sisters in the group, and then get back and write that letter. Because when you realize that nobody has done anything to you, because when you think that somebody's done something to you, you give away your power, and you too way powerful for that. You can't think somebody else did something to you that they didn't even do. You needed that. I know some things that was done to us so horrible, and I know you're probably saying, Nubia, what you were about to say? I was about to say you needed that experience, and you'll say to me, you trying to tell me I needed to be raped, I needed to be molested, I needed to be beaten, I needed to be domestically beaten, violent, a victim of domestic violence. I'm telling you that you needed to have those experiences so that you can overcome something, so that you could be a better and stronger person. That experience was terrible. What he did was terrible. What she did was terrible. I'm not saying it was a good thing. I'm saying you're a good thing. And I'm saying, why has that happened? What did you get? How did it make you? I know my poverty. I laugh all the time. I say, look, this not eating a lot. And even when I was a raw foodist, that's like still not eating a lot. Food thing is no problem for me. We were so poor and so hungry for so long. I'm used to not eating. And I can laugh about it because it's so true. There's certain things in my life that if I had everything, I wouldn't have been. I used to be a track star, a hurdler, an athlete. I mean, like amazing. The things the shape I was in, the ingenuity, the way I used to have to make stuff. I was good at putting things together and making things because we didn't have it, so you had to make it yourself. I learned how to sew real early, wash my clothes out of the sinks. I knew how to pay rent because my mama had us paying rent. When we had summer programs, we had to give her a share of the money. I learned how to pay my bills and be on my own because of that life that some would say, oh, that's not right. So the second thing is, after writing the letters or even before, extrapolate what you think you gained out of some experience, especially particularly somebody that hurt you in a mental, physical, or spiritual way. What did you gain now from that? What do you do that is actually an attribute? Right now, what do you do that you realize it's because of that life? Because you have to give thanks. The more you give thanks, the more the universe gives you to be thankful for. You are at a long road to go. If you let the past stop you, then what happens when things start to happen now? What happens when somebody says something, or is it going to take you off your game? When you got things to do, when you got a mission, when you got a place to go, you can't let the past hold you. But especially what I want actually in this video is to help you understand that it actually helped you. That it has the potential to catapult you to the next level. I know a lot of y'all are going through relationships and trying to let go of a bad man. Even if you ain't with him, but you got emotionally, you're wanting to let go of him. I get that. I know for some of you it's a struggle. You're way advanced in the man that you have now, or but you feel trapped. You feel trapped because you realize that if I let this situation go, if I let this man go, or if I even let my drama around this man go, or if I let my feelings around this man go, then what else will I have? Some of us are addicted to sadness, addicted to anger, addicted to drama, addicted to bad times, because we think that if we didn't have that, then there'd be nothing else. And what would life be about if there wasn't drama always happening? So check that out as well. Because what I'm telling you is, when you find you, I'm doing what I love. I'm living the life of my dreams. And so if my man come, he don't, it don't matter to me. It doesn't matter to me. He don't make my world, but he used to, because I didn't know who I was. I was afraid, I was insecure, and I couldn't forgive him for all the things that he's done or didn't do. Now, not only do I forgive him, I don't even know if I'm as in love with him as I thought that I was. Can I be vulnerable? Can I be real? I have to forgive that brother for all the things that I thought he should have did. He was not well. He was sick, and so was I. Sick, sometimes when I say that, I mean spiritually sick, emotionally sick, wound issues, things, insecurity, not feeling love. You know it. So be honest. So another thing I want you to do in this week is be honest. Think about the person or place or thing that you're still angry with, the person. And then think about what state of mind you were in when you were with that person. And be honest. Were you always honest? Were you with them because you cared about him? Or were you with him because you needed something from him? You needed him to take care of you. You needed him to love you. You were needy. You needed something too. You can't just, when you don't forgive somebody, it's almost saying it was all their fault. They did everything wrong and you didn't do anything. You was an innocent victim. And that's not always true. Now, being a child and somebody violating you, yes, you had nothing to do with that. But you know why you have to forgive that? Because it happened already and it's done. And you're still here. And you have the ability to be the best of you that you could be. You didn't die. You made it. You came through. Now, why would the universe keep you here? What does the universe have in store for you? Isn't that something to think about? You came through the storm for what reason? Because you are great. You are magnificent. You have so much to offer. So get your pens, papers, your phones out, your texters, your iPads, your voice recorders, whatever, your video cameras, your selfie sticks, and start recording and start forgiving and start with yourself. And when you do this, it doesn't end there. Now, a lot's going to happen. A lot of times when you start forgiving, especially if the person is around or alive, they will get in touch with you. Even if you never sent that correspondent to them. They will call you. You will run into them. Somebody will mention them. You'll run into their family, their sister, their brother. Somebody will mention that they saw him. Something. It means that you're letting go. It means that you're releasing. But another thing that could happen is you become really angry. And you might shut down. You might think about it and get depressed. I know that these things can happen. I want to be here for you. I want to be that conduit. I want to be here for you. So what I want you to do is you need to take those sea salt baths. You need to stay on the detox. Okay? You need to stay in the group and start communicating those feelings because they're going to get heavy. You need to let sisters know what you're going through so somebody can be there for you. Okay? You need that right now. I know this is not easy. You didn't sign up for an easy job. This is not easy, but it's worth it. And in the end, it's glorious. I'm telling you, y'all, I've been loved and I've been hated, and I still have to love. Because the love that I'm giving to others is only because I have it within myself. If you don't love, if you can't love somebody, then you don't have the love in you. How you going to exist without love? How you going to prosper without love? How you going to grow without love? Love within you, love that permeates every cell in your body. How you going to do that? Anyway, a video doesn't have to necessarily be long to be deep. So you have your assignment. I love you so much. I'm here. I'm going to take you through this. I'll hold your hand. I want you to communicate. For those that have their forgiveness letters, I would love for you to share some part of it, all of it. If you feel free to, share that on the group page with everybody and start writing about how you forgive. And start with yourself, or forgive other people, or forgive a time in your life, or incident, a place you used to live. Forgive. And then start thinking about why those things happened to you to make you who you are today. And name those things that came out of it that was good. And then imagine and picture a glorious future for yourself, because it's coming, my sisters. It's coming. I love you with all my heart. I really do. And I think that, silence is really golden. And I'm going to take that silence right now, and I want us to do that. Actually, I want us to do it right here, right now. We're going to just take a moment of silence for all those that have hurt us, all those that have told us that we were less than, all those that told us we couldn't do it, shouldn't do it, can't do it. We're going to give thanks and love them up and send them loving energy and know that that energy is coming back to us. Let's just take a moment of silence right now. I'm in a prayerful mood, a meditative mood, a spiritual mood. I am that I am, that I am, that I am, that I am, and I am you. This is Nubia I, the Rawful Goddess, the Womb Priestess and the Holistic Practitioner of the Blackberry Beauty Holistic Academy, Ancient African Healing and Wisdom for the Modern System. Peace and blessings.